such an asshole.
So somebody sent this to me and I was like, man. And then as I thought about it more and more, I think I do have to highlight this because it's got so many angles, the wrong premise, middle-aged white women to the rescue, um, the complete ignorance of what men like. And I'm not always like, oh, men have to be at the center, but like, it's just amazing to me, not shocking or appalling, just amazing to me how no one in society ever sits the f down and says, well, what do men want? I'm not a I'm not the negotiator like Kevin Spacey was in that movie. But it would seem to me when there's two parties involved, whether it's business, romance, or two people like, "Where are we going on a road trip?" You would consider what the other party's interests and investments are and what they want, and just and then the solution society comes up with. Something's wrong with men. Here's the solution. Because we are a bunch of social scientists and therapists who don't know anything. You see, here's the problem. And so this is an article on the Wall Street Journal. For whatever reason, I could read it on my phone. Someone sent it to me. You could read it beforehand, but not on the computer, but apparently on my phone. And it's written by Julie Jargon, spelled like, and let's just look her up. How much you want to bet this? Look, you guys may criticize Pearl or Allie, at least the younger gals, and they're like near the front lines. At least they've talked and interviewed with some people. Let me see who Julie Jargon is. She is. Oh, she just looks older in this than what she actually is. She has her cute little nuclear family, family and tech consult columnist. I'm trying to find Meet a Mom, Greenwich Mom. Oh, you're a blogger. She's a blogging mom. How to overcome multitasking madness. Do you remember when the Wall Street Journal wrote good journalism? Family and tech columnist. LinkedIn, do I get to see? I don't want to do your security. Okay, all right. I'm done. I'm not. I don't care. I don't care that much. I don't care. I just want to see if she was a Karen to remove. She is. She's married. She has a nuclear family. She lives. Her and Dave Ramsey and Dennis Prager and all them could go live in their little commune there that's shielded from the real world. In other words, does this person have any relatability, have any clue what's going on? Like, oh my goodness, they're not going to church. There's a problem. So I'll read it and then I will offer some progress. I will offer some solutions to anyone who cares to listen to it. If you actually want this problem solved, but something what I'm using them. They don't realize I'm hoisting them on their own petard to show everyone else what idiots they are. Why are so many young men so angry online? I don't know, fat women and no future. You're going to tell me something though, Karen, right? Men are trailing women in college and the workplace. Fewer of their relationships are leading to marriage, and many men feel masculinity is under attack. Oh, you just feel it's under attack. You're misinformed. When young men turn to places like YouTube and X, formerly Twitter, seeking male solidarity, they often find more rage. I have a question, Karen. Do you think maybe they have a reason to be pissed off and angry? Just a thought. Just a thought. Like just out of the blue, men decided to get pissed off and be upset at the world. Like they just said, I got a scratch in my crotch and it says I'm going to be pissed off for no reason at all. It may look like we have an epidemic of male anger, but under the anger is loneliness and sadness, says Justin Baldoni, a filmmaker and actor behind good. Filmmaker, actor behind Man Enough, a podcast about masculinity. And here's where the first thing comes. All right. Let me tell you about Buckaroos or Christian rock. So In my day, you couldn't join being Wisconsin Nazi Lutheran Synod, you could not take a vow to any entity aside from God. And I think the Boy Scouts at the time, you had to take a vow that you wouldn't hurt some good moral vow to the country and the people and the community. I'm sure it was harmful, but it wasn't to God. So I don't know. That'd be idol worship or whatever effed up in these truly miserable Lutheran people's heads. And so we got what was called Buckaroos. And Buckaroos was the shit quality version of the Boy Scouts. Just like Christian rock is the shit quality version of real rock. And it's these disconnected, unconnected, often they're little world people who have no boots on the ground, not a clue how the average person lives, comes in there like, say, kids, doing drugs is bad. Don't you do drugs? Hit the beep, boop, 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 boop. Look, kids, it's I don't know, what would be a dumb Christian rock day? They lampooned it in an entire episode in South Park on it. "Hey, kids, don't listen to that Motley Crue, there's the devil symbol there. Listen to Motley Moses and the Three Israelites." Some lame ass shit that didn't come anywhere near to good as the original product. That's bad. And having no connection to young kids back in the day, having no clue, and being so arrogant as to think you're gonna solve the problem instead of, like, asking why, have you thought about asking them? Have you talked to them? Oh my goodness, they didn't just find you. Hey, here's a new thing, Man Enough Podcast. It's got some swell people you've never heard of. And I'm not gonna go in and look at these people. I'm just not. I'm not gonna look up this Baldoni guy. I'm not. I'm not. Because right off the bat, the fact you're gonna force a solution without asking any guys there about the problem or why, if I don't see, if I let me, for example, if I were to listen to the Man Enough podcast or watch the show or all this, or take the advice from Karen over here, are you ever going to say, hey, maybe we not shouldn't actively make it legal to discriminate against hiring men? Step one. Hey, maybe are you going to get rid of fat chicks? Shut up. Are you getting rid of fat, ugly women or advocating better health? I guess. Are you going to is any responsibility going to be reflected back on society? Are you going to get rid of the Gillette ad? Is Disney going to make another movie where they literally tell you 3 movies in a row now? Snow White, Peter Pan. What's the other one? Little Mermaid. Explicitly telling men that they're not going to save the girl. Are you going to address any of that? Or is it going to be, and this is so insipid and cowardly and weak. Do you remember when they tried to make masculinity toxic and then in a fake, this is the American Psychological Association, but other people as well. Masculinity hurts men too. You know, it's all right to be a pussy and cry. You know, it's like, wait a minute. So you're saying for literally thousands of years, hundreds of eons, we've evolved to become this way. And you're saying that natural state is toxic and bad for men? Like you figured this out in 20 years that, you know, it's really bad for you to be like your ancestors were for all of human existence. See, we really care about you, Now just stop being so testosterone-y and accept your second place legal status in life and say you need to get a master's degree. And don't you dare ask about women. We know that's what you want, but don't you dare ask them and look at you foolish boys thinking that big women aren't beautiful. You have a problem and need psychological help. And this is kind of in that same hypocritical vein. Hey, kids, You know what? Let's sit down. Have you ever I don't know if you guys ever had this. Uh, a friend of mine, back when I was like 13, maybe, he was having real drug mental problems. And so we got called into the child therapist or the teenage adolescent therapist, whatever. And it was this dopey F. And he comes in like, "Hey guys, so it seems like Frank," his name wasn't Frank, "seems like Frank's really fucking up, huh?" I'm like, "Dude, down with us kids, bro. You gonna let oh, I relate to him. He used a curse word. You got these hypocrites and fakes coming. And Aaron, have you watched this? I'm not going to. I'm just gonna speculate. And they could prove me wrong. But that's the heebie-jeebie, intellectually dishonest vibe I get here. It's more important that you take our solution. Oh crap. Oh crap. The men aren't doing what we want. Oh crap. The men are demanding things. Not like they're gonna commit violence otherwise, not like holding anyone hostage, like, "Now we're leaving." "Oh, well, you know what? It's okay, this new world where you're not supposed to be a man. You know, it's alright." Really, I wanna know, is that what this is gonna be? And that's what it sounds like. It's like when the government came in, like, "Don't do drug." It's like that. Here's the prescription. And like anything else without the authenticity and sincerity of actually kinda like, "Oh, why do you drugs? Because it feels good." Well, it's really gonna mess you up. You maybe ought not do that. We're gonna get these platitudes. We're gonna get not because they care, because they like, "Oh, look, we're doing good for ourselves." It's about masculinity, is it? Is it? All right. Often the result is depression and sometimes worse. Well, shouldn't that normally be the result when you have your population telling you you're not needed? I don't know. What should men feel when they're told starting as kids they're not needed? You tell me. How should that make them feel? Like, "Yeah, da, 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 yeah, da, da, da." Off the result, blah, blah, blah. The self-deletion rate among men is about 4 times higher than that of women, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Approximately 65% of the men in the US say they're hesitant to seek professional help for stress, anxiety, or depression. Yeah, because it doesn't work. What are you gonna tell us to do? You gotta be more like girls. Stop being this, what do they call it? Dysfunctional girls? Be more like girls. Stop being boys. Here's some Ritalin. According to a study this month from the Cleveland Clinic, and the respondents who expressed such reluctance were twice as likely that as other men to spend several hours a day on social media. Well, do they have jobs? Do they have point and purpose? Hang on. Here we go. I mean, did you get you told them they weren't needed. You told them there's no point in purpose. You got rid of families. You made it impossible to get a college education without crippling levels of debt, not to mention 2 stupid years of bullshit courses just to keep people employed in the liberal arts and the social sciences. And then they go and they get a job at its entry level. You wonder why. Oh, and then who are they going to war for? A bunch of fat, lippy, unappreciative, tatted up, metal pierced, purple haired sows. It really is a Scooby Doo mystery, but you can't say that. You can't possibly say or admit that men exist within the context or the coexistence of the opposite sex and vice versa. God, why are men depressed? You got fat fucking Lizzo out there. Yeah. I don't know. Untreated mental health issues that baby boomer and Gen X parents totally created on their own so they couldn't raise their own children. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I added that part. Untreated mental health issues can also result in violence towards other. In 2014, a 22-year-old male student at the University of California, Santa Barbara, killed several people after posting a YouTube video. Good, you got your one data point there. That's great. Your one data point. In which he vowed to retaliate against a stuck-up blonde who he claimed would have rejected him. Online, he became a hero to communities of self-described incel people who were involuntary. So, was he a hero? Was he? to a community. You mean a bunch of weirdos on the internet? I love, "We're here to help you, but you're just some incel who can't get laid." You hear how tone deaf these people are. Extreme examples aside, okay, so you do admit it was extreme. Thank you. An online culture of anger could damage young men's personal lives and interactions with others. I cannot disagree with you more. I cannot disagree with you more. They are simply correctly and accurately diagnosing reality, and the natural response should be anger. Well, you think I'm like, hey, it's the angry me. I love being angry. This whole idea that you got, it's not that you're getting purposely or maliciously effed over, though in the case of affirmative action and other things of preferential, yes, you are. But but they're not aware of it, therefore it's not malicious. They're like, I can't understand why men are angry. Oh, you should be angry. Like, think of the cowardice and the gaslighting, the cowardice and hypocrisy. You accusing men or any group of institutional discrimination. Who these guys have done nothing, especially the younger, they haven't been around. And you accuse them of having privilege and bigotry and cardinal sin, and you're wondering why they're angry? Get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. Don't worry, Karen's gonna save us all. Don't worry, they got a podcast, probably with some lame ass government funding. Can damage young men's personal lives and interactions with others. No, I think it actually improves because it makes people respect, like, "Oh, crap, you might get angry." Like, compared to the generation that just got totally caught down with the pants down and the last streak spread open would be the baby boomer men, just raked over the coals of divorce. And now what? These guys are starting to get street smart, a little bit hip to the jive, and all of a sudden you're starting to get upset because they might be angry? You treat them like shit? They're getting angry. We gotta stop it. Should we consider what they want? Maybe give it to them? No, not that. They gotta tell them there's something wrong with them. They got mental illness. We need to calm them down. Quick, come up with the lamest podcast ever. Hey, hey guys, violence is bad. Is it? Is it? In all instances? Some people think the problem can be solved with the same online tools that stoke it. I can't see how unconnected. If you look at Cal darn near every book, any Rule Zero, or any of the guys that you all know, what do we? I've pointed this out, the difference between the men's group, internet community manosphere, and the women's group. All the women do is bitch and whine about how life is unfair and you guys don't like fat girls and they're all perfect the way they are. The men's rights, man, whatever, red pill community, it's all about self-improvement, empiricism, and reality. Yes, there are some sectors within that. I wouldn't even call them sectors, small niches where it's anger and rage, and maybe you could even be the black pill. But you look at all the books that we've come out with. Work hard, get your financial act together, ba-ba-da, exercise, your health, achieve excellence. I want to see the opposite coming from the women. Don't see that, do you? Yet somehow men are angry. Oh my God, look at them. They're so angry. They're taking their anger and frustration out at the gym and they're learning techniques and hobbies and crafts. They're going to school and saving the money. Oh no. I want to see you show me where girls are like, we really got to work hard and major in STEM and get thin for the guys and give them what. Well, you show me the awareness and the I won't call it altruism, but the acknowledging a fact there's another party involved, and you ask who considers more about what? The manosphere being extreme. Yes, there are some small being extreme and inconsiderate. My ass. Men's community building and mental health organizations. Oh, wait. Okay, men's community building and mental health organizations together with with government-funded anti-hate group. What did you got all the ingredients for some AstroTurf, Christian rock, lame ass gay shit. Here you go. Here's your hey guys, hey, Frank's kinda fucking up. Is it I don't I just wanna know how many nonprofit and teachers and activist types. He's an artist and a filmmaker, and he's gonna tell you about how to get that girl. Honest to God, I would. I would rather take advice from Dave Ramsey and Dennis Prager and Adam Carolla because those guys have kinda, like, worked in the real world a little bit. They're not 100 complete synthetic douchebags. They you might disagree with them, but the real men. The government money are using social media ads to get through to men to speak plainly to their frustration. Really? You gotta speak plainly, huh? Let me guess. You boys have something wrong with you and you need to change yet again. Because it wasn't enough that, oh, girls like a sensitive 90s man, and girls like a man, and they turn, you need to be in touch and your feeling, and you need to stand with her, and you need a it. And meanwhile, you all go suck the dick of the badass motorcycle riding bad boy. Oh, you need to change. You need to change again. You need to change a third time. You all don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't care about any kind of practical solution or solving of a problem. You just want to keep throwing shit and mollifying and placating and training these little boys to be obedient little bitches. That's it. That's all it is. I never worry about running out of business. You know why? Because the male sex drive is inevitably gonna drive everyone keeps, "Oh my god, the red pill's had its day. The manosphere had the men's rights group, the men community, it's had its day. Oh my god, it's just a swamp." Every year, there's another generation of boys that hit puberty. And every year I look to say, "Are men in the family? Are we teaching the boys the reality and truth about working hard, hitting the gym, and what women really want? We aren't. Guess what? Their sex drive will drive them to the internet because you people are not giving them the answers that have any correlation or bearing in reality. It doesn't work. And after they try it, and they're driven nuts for a decade at least, from 13 to 23. Oh, you need real. Oh, you gotta be nice. Blah, 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 blah. The same crap advice that's been given to boys. They will be driven here by their sex drive or just the desire to say, what the F is going on? And they'll find us. You may not like the red pill, you may not like the master, but we are telling you the truth. Period. Full stop. And that's more compassionate than this whatever AstroTurf touchy feely bullshit you're sending these boys. Oh, government fund. Yeah, the government knows what it's doing. Using social media ads to get through to men by speaking plainly about their frustration. It's a small early effort to tackle a huge issue. The group wants to reach millions of men who have gone down online rabbit holes. You know why they call it the red pill, because it's real. You know that, right? You guys are the blue pill. You are the matrix. You're the fake. You're the lie. You're the digital. Diverting hate. This is the group. This is the group. Diverting hate. See, boys, the fact you're angry and upset that the women are hideous and ugly, they're not beautiful, they don't like you that much, you're told you're not like, and it's perfectly legal to discriminate you and give preferential treatment to women in every regard, that's hate. You should just lie down, spread your ass cheeks, lube your asshole, and let them F you in the ass. Because if you don't, that's hate. And if you're upset with it, that's hate. Diverting hate has nearly 700 in funding from the Department of Homeland Security, which views online hate as a driver of targeted violence and domestic terrorism. The group targets younger men ages 18 to 34, trying to meet them where they linger on social platforms where the political extremism and sexism are easily found. I wanna know what the ads are like. I wanna know what the ads are like, because I can't imagine the ads have any bearing in reality. And I'll tell you something, we do more to prevent look at Terrence Popp. Look at anyone out here. We do more to prevent violence and turn these men into productive members of society by simply telling them the truth. And there is a red pill rage phase. We say, "Hey, hey, don't do that. You gotta move on." Like, do any of you listen to that? Look, thanks for your help. We got this covered. We're doing your job and we're gonna do it better than you because you're operating from the wrong premise. You're wrong. Your premise is that men need to change. Again, our premise is like, whoa, hey, yeah, here's the reality. Things aren't right. You know, you're right, but you're still here, you're still alive, and you need to change tactics. And never is violence ever recommended as a solution. I'm wondering if I'm gonna get ads on my channel, like, from this, like, "Oh, okay, I'm the one generating terrorist cells?" I could see if they were, like, really focusing on some actual, like, obscure Reddit post group hate thing. But is Rollo Tomassi gonna get these ads on his thing where his books are all about discipline, religion, working hard, responsibility? It's easy to radicalize and disenfranchise. I wonder why they're disenfranchised. Lonely man online. When he feels he has no place, anger helps him feel seen, Baldoni says. Irritable female syndrome. Are women giving up on men? Asks one YouTube ad. It directed viewers to a Man Enough podcast about women choosing not to date and having less sex. The group hopes that by listening to the podcast, men will understand the reasons women feel disenchanted with dating, and it isn't because women hate men. It's always your fault, guy. It's always, oh my God. God, 80,000 men killed in war, women most affected. Hey guys, we know you're disenfranchised and we lied to you, and society is literally treating you as a second class citizen. But do you know that women don't want to get laid for these reasons? I keep going. You're never going to I asshole consulting will be here forever. It will. You keep lying. This is great. Keep on going. Irrit Irritable female syndrome. Learn the symptoms and remedies, reads a post that Diverting Hate plans to place on X. While crafted to appeal to a man's angry side, it will link to an article explaining the reasons, here we go, women might be irritated and how to respond with compassion. Lady, didn't you just quote that men are offing themselves at 4 times the rate of women? And now we got to be concerned with why women's hoo-has are dry? Do you hear yourselves? I I wonder why men are angry. How can a guy read this and not get more like, "Oh my god, men are da da," and our solution is say, "Hey, did you know women don't like certain things sexually speaking?" What? It's a $700,000 waste. You're all wasting your time. Thank you for putting together this podcast and this show and the television. Thank you for wasting your time. You've wasted your time. You will just like the welfare state. Just like racial disparities between blacks and whites as a baseline, you've done nothing. You will fail. You will not improve anybody's lives. This will be a pissing away of money and time. Because just like Democrats and black people, you don't care about these people, just like Democrats don't care about black people. It's just for you to, oh, it's such a good person. Hey, but you got your government funding. Somebody made some money on this, right? I got to read that again. While a while crafted to appeal to a man's angry side, it will link to an article explaining the reasons women might be irritated and how to respond with compassion. You got to keep changing more, guys. They're not the problem. You are. Now change a little more. Since this summer, Diverting Hate and its partners, men focused support and suicide prevention groups include Visible Man, Man Alive, and the Man Enough podcast have been running ads and posts to provide camaraderie over rants. I remember this. Guess who's heading up all these organizations? Sit down. Sit down. Everyone got their sitting down chair, fanny couch, Beauregard, vapors, smelling salts. We got it all. Here we go. Just like a shot of tequila. Here we go. Diverting Hate's chief, Caitlin Tierney. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to look her up. Says she and her co-founders, I wonder who they are, wondered whether men drawn into extremism and violence could have gone down a different path had the right nudge. Look, these nerds, they occasionally strike out. I agree, like whatever, Columbine, Elliot Rogers. But the men who commit violence, like the real, like criminals, they're the ones you girls sleep with. I'm confused. A little confused. Don't worry, liberal white woman to the rescue. I guarantee you, look her up. It's a liberal white woman. Guarantee you. And we know all the problems they've solved in society. What could they what could they have seen in their social media feed that would have led to connection with other men in a healthier place, she asks. Tierney says the ads and posts have so far had 700,000 impressions. That's my viewership in a week or two, more like 2. Congratulations. Hey, Caitlin, I'm just going to undo all your worthless bullshit. And it should be undone because it ain't going to help no one. And that 1% of the men who viewed them have clicked on the content, a decent social media engagement rate. It's likely to be an uphill battle. One X account dedicated to teaching men how to quickly seduce women has nearly 130,000 followers. Oh no, not seducing women and having sex. Guys, do you see this? Listen, they don't consciously, no, I'm not saying they consciously claim this, but it slipped. You wanting to have sex with women is bad. Oh, how else am I supposed to read that? Karen, the author of this. Oh no. Men want to seduce women and have sex. Somebody stop that. Maybe we could hold hands. Maybe we could be emotional tampons. How many shoulders more would you girls like for men to cry on? Hungry for connection. The young men following these accounts don't want to hurt people, said Jed Diamond, a psychotherapist and founder of Men Alive. Let me tell you something. Histherapist.com. You need help? You're a real man, you're angry, and you do need help? Histherapist.com. It's a male therapist. He's here to help men. Now, maybe shocking, he's booked solid, but he might be able to refer you. He's done more to help men, as Sean Smith has done, Dr. Sean Smith, Dr. Helen Smith as well, not related. There are people out there who've ever done real work. This guy, oh, are you going to be, hey, is this the same guy from like 30, 40 years ago? Hey, guys, Frank is fucking up. Is that you? How many of your adolescent Clyde still ended themselves because you're such a crappy therapist? I want to know that. Just wondering. Want to know what your batting average is there, buddy? That's dark enough. No, it isn't. You guys haven't solved the damn problem. Which provides counseling and online classes to help men improve their relationships. They're hungry for connection, but they're getting misled by people on social media who make money on angry, disaffected people. Why are they angry or disaffected in the first place? We're ever going to get to that. Tierney and her co-founders, Courtney Kano and Astrid Askenberger, were inspired to start tracking what they called the manosphere. Ooh, look out, guys. We're being watched by 3 Karens. When they connected online hatred of women with real-world violence, like the murders at UCSB. That was 9 years ago. I'm not trying to belittle it, but where is it? You do know these guys have less testosterone and they're ameliorated by porn, right? You know that. So there's less I guarantee if you wanna look at the data, they started it as a graduate school research project. There it is, liberal white women to the rescue at the Middlebury Institute of International Studies. Oh, rich liberal white women to the rescue. Diverting Hate developed a digital advertising plan and began cataloging accounts focused on incels on tactics for picking up women. They don't I don't think any of these people are gonna listen to this, but guys, one of the main premises in a couple books that I've either researched for or written, it's very important they're telling you, this isn't some random rabid feminist website. This is the Wall Street Journal, and they keep accidentally pulling back the curtain so you can see. I've said before, guys, women don't like you that much. It's genetic, it's biological. Preponderance of evidence, you can go look up the data later if you'd like. We now have twice in this article that it's bad for you to want to have sex and pick up women. They don't like you that much. And a lot of women, well, nearly all women don't like sex anywhere near as much as men. That's a given. But a lot of them don't like sex. Well, with the right man, yeah, I know. I'm generally policy. They view sex as a bad thing. Gee, I don't know why men are so pissed off. Have no idea. Don't worry. Liberal white woman to the rescue from Middlebury. On tactics for picking up women and on the men going their own way movement. Well, I'm confused. Those guys are leaving you alone. What do you girls want? Which promotes the idea that men can live fulfilling lives without women. Don't you girls say you don't need men? Isn't that literally what every man is? The amount of hypocrisy in this article is just jaw-dropping. Do any of you have any self-aware? Any? The 141 accounts they've identified so far have collectively more than 28 million followers. That's not enough. They need way more. Where possible, the organization has begun to target ads around those accounts. Diverting Hate has a $60,000 advertising budget for the next 12 months. It's relatively small. I'm sure it's paid for by the government. Hey, look, hey, is this going to make you guys happy? Three genuinely worthless women. They're not engineers. These aren't accountants. These aren't real women. Three worthless social scientists have gotten some of your tax money to study why you should not want to have sex and that you should dare not go your own way. But it's perfectly all right for women to tell you all the time that they don't need you. Thank God these three women have the money. The group plans to measure its success based on how many people view the YouTubes of content creators like that and subscribe to the channels. With its mental health partners, the group also plans to track signups for retreats and community groups. This just sounds like a big sucking up of government money so a bunch of worthless people can be employed. It does. Well, it's been easy to get its message in front of young men online. Tierney says the real challenge will be getting men to join the support groups to seek therapy. How dare you men want to have sex and pick up and talk to girls? We need to get you're mentally ill. Am I wrong? Did I deduce? Did I deduct it with deductive reason? Is that not what the absurdity? I am going to send this to my team of guys because this needs to get out there as to just how stupid that was. How stupid and disingenuous and totally clueless that is. I got to hang on. Caitlin Tierney. The Middlebury Institute, College of Performing Arts, bachelor's degree in music and vocal performance. Here's the LinkedIn. Do I have to pass the test? San Francisco. Marketing brand could suck. Center on terrorism, extreme encounter, Credit Karma, marketing, education, international studies. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Like some Courtney Cruno. Courtney. Is that her name? Bear with me. Hang on. I'm looking up the other gal. Courtney Kano. I did like LinkedIn. Senior Associate Government Affairs, founder, diverting hate, Masters of Arts, counter domestic terrorism. Intern, Peace Corps, Middlebury, worthless person. No real working experience. You girls happy men are paying taxes so you can have this bogus job? Men doing trades work? There you go. Link below. We got a lot of resources for you guys. One, book of numbers, analyzing the ROI in the pursuit of women. Please go get this so you know just how uninterested women mathematically are in you, so you control your hate and you don't get angry anymore. There's Bachelor Pad Economics, where I go to help you guys out, get your financial act together. These are all good things to do. There's Achieving Financial Excellence. It's a course that I offer on Teachable that teaches you how to get your financial act together, and more so gives you the wherewithal, the incentive to get your financial act together. I could give you all the books in the world how to do it, but if you're not motivated to do it, you ain't going to do it. So that's the one that's going to give you the motivation to do it. So that's always open for enrollment. And then I don't know. I mean, there's all this other stuff, guys. There's all this other stuff. But man, that article pissed me off. Surprise, we just want to get men less angry. You're making them more angry because you're lying to their faces. Go to the super chats. Tell these people what you think. Maybe they'll listen. Nonstop Dre, $2. Yet they wonder why men aren't going into the military. Nonstop Dre, $2. Imagine there was a draft today. Instant civil war. Brian Rangers for $10. Aaron Claire went to Panama last week. It was looking like Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and people are claiming that Panama is a third world country. My ass. No, that's solid second. There are some changes coming. Thanks. Yeah, Panama City is a lot of investment is going down there. Yes. Brian Rangers, $10. I'd like to set up a Skype call with you. So I'll be going to your website and setting that up. It's $300 minimum. And you better have your shit together, buddy. So I charge so much, and that's minimum. Like, and it only gets you an hour max. Like, we talk $15, we got it done. We're done. I've talked to enough mentally ill and off people who are like, nope. I mean, they're not wrong. There are some people that are on the spectrum. There's no doubt about it. Thanks for helping Myron make that book, Women Deserve Less. I've read the menu. God bless and thanks. All right, but send me an email over at assholeconsulting.com and let me know what you want. I don't want a wall of text written from voice to text on your phone. And get to the point. Javier Burgess, 200 Argentinian bolivars currency. Hi, Cappy. Always recommend you channel libertarian circles in my country. You help me a lot. Cheers. Oh, no problem. Hat and Clogs, $500. That would make my day. Hat would have won the lottery then. $5. Why do people see anger as bad? It's not good or bad. It is what it is. I am not goddamn near all my success came from anger. Nearly all of it. It is a perfectly fine emotion, and it should happen when bad things happen to you. These people want to continue doing bad things to you, or at least lying to you, and then you not get angry about it. When it means something wrong and you need to change or do something positive with their life, fight or flight. Yep. Nonstop Trade, $2. Cappy's next book, It's All Men's Fault. Oprah approves. Brian Rangers, $5 again. Do you know, Aaron, that women are now considered diversity hire? Well, yeah, they always have been, aren't they? Of course, the diversity hires. I mean, okay, not all of them. Some obviously are qualified and the best person for the job. It used to be that way back in my day, but yeah, now the diversity, which now you wonder, was this woman ever hired because she's competent, or is it because she's got a hoo-ha? Garrett Howard, $5. People laugh when I tell them I'm not settling down until I'm 40. Typical response is that women my age will be too old. I say that's what 25-year-olds are for. You got it right. Public News is $2. What are your thoughts on having women as friends? I have women as friends. They're just like all my other friends, they're exceptionally rare. They're very interesting women. I mean, they're all conservative libertarian types. They all work real jobs. They support themselves. They're truly independent minded. They're the ones that the feminists claim they want to be. But these women don't hate men, and they're friendly, wonderful women. Not a lot, but then again, I don't got a lot of male friends either, because most people suck. Blazing Fury, 64, €5. You got to wonder if all this is just a straight up eugenics program. The more you dig into this, the less it looks like incompetence, but malice. You go look at these girly girls with the degrees from Middlebury. They're just bored. It's just a bunch of bored social scientists who are looking for something to do in some government funding. I don't think they want to hurt or harm men, but they are so privileged in the real sense and so spoiled and have had nothing but an easy life. They don't know what struggle or strife is. And then they just, well, oh my God, men don't like women. I don't know. Maybe it scares them that there's men on the internet who are like, F you, I'm out of here. And maybe that it's not like, oh my God, 9 years ago, someone killed a bunch of people. All right, I understand. Scary prospect. If I recall correctly, he didn't kill one girl. It was all guys that died. Yeah, we ought to keep an eye out for that. But that was 9 years ago. Don't think there's a huge death risk here. What I think it really is they're afraid that men are just not going to help them anymore. I think they're starting to realize that men have had it with their shit. And by there, I mean society as well, saying that you don't. They imagine how insulting that is, being told your entire life. It was my life, but for what, 3 generations now, certainly for the past 50 years, that you're not needed. And they're just like, oh, well, you have problems if you don't like that. Get the F out of here. And it's, guys, it's so telling the 2 gaffes they had about sex. Well, these men's websites teach men how to pick up girls and how to seduce them. Oh, no. Look, ladies. Come on, ladies. Come on. Just tell me you don't. I'm begging you. Just be honest and tell men you don't like them that much. You don't like sex. I know there's 320 million Americans. I know not every woman is going to have that opinion. But why don't you just be honest? Just tell guys. What's the worst that could happen? I think they're afraid. They don't know. They could have put it into words, but I think at a survival level, they know if men are going to start backing out of society, things are going to go to shit. I think that's what concerns them. Nonstop Dre, $2. Imagine Lizzo in a Marines commercial. Imagine Lizzo in any commercial. Imagine, a guy walks into Target, it's all fat mannequins. The fashion people like Calvin Klein now, it's a woman with a beard who's pregnant, who's hugging another woman who's pregnant. Gee, I don't know why men are demoralized and angry and pissed off. I have no clue. Don't worry, liberal white woman to the rescue. All right, that's it. If you really want help, go pick up any books by Rollo Tomasi, Ryan Stone, myself, The Unplugged Alpha by Rich Cooper. If you're feeling angry, please go tune into Terrence Pop so you don't get angry anymore. And for honest to God, just ignore these people. Just ignore them. All right, we'll see you guys later. Toodles.